Hello and welcome to another premier draft of Forgotten Realms, and this also will be one of those videos where I, in the end of the video and also in the description below, have my current Forgotten Realms set completion update happening. So I'm going to fill the entire set by drafting, and after every 10 videos I will have this kind of an update just to show anyone who is interested the progress. This is actually event number 31 because I messed up with my sealed events. I forgot I had 3 sealed events, so I was supposed to do this in my previous video, but I forgot, so I do it now. In this pack, adult gold dragon is just a crazy good bomb. While the dragon's fire is completely first pickable card, this is just a kind of card that wins games. It is also a 2-color card, but it's also a splashable one. I would splash this most likely in any red and white deck. But yeah, let's just take the bomb rare here. Okay. I could take the Tagnar and see if red green is open and easily splash maybe the gold dragon there. Because if I want to just stay red white here, it would be like I don't know, the Pegasus, the veteran, or the Earth Cult Elemental, all of which are playable but not really that amazing. Yuan-Ti I like too, but Grim Wanderer is probably the best black card. But I think I'll take this and see if red green is open. This is of course pretty nice card. Alright, so another Grim Wanderer would be here. Interesting. And well, not really green, some red. Yeah, there's some black here. Not really. There's a playable white card too. Only 2 cards have been taken from the pack, 1 rare and 1 common. I think I'll take the Evolving Wilds because I don't know really what my direction is currently, and this will be good in the deck anyway, especially if I want to splash for that dragon here. Okay, still doesn't seem that there's anything particularly strong being open. There's really not great continuation for the golden uncommon either. I mean, there's usually a pair of goblins, there's an inspiring bard. I think I like them a bit better than the ranger here or the other red card. And then on, well, there's a white-blue card, but am I supposed to go that direction? I know I could splash the gold dragon into a white-blue deck too, but I think I'll take the usually a pair of goblins. It can be quite okay. Okay, now at least I get something red here. There's a cleric class, but that isn't that great. It's good if you got the synergy, but of course, with what I have picked so far, it's not that great. And while it might seem that green isn't open, I might end up red-white, which I don't mind at all, because I have the adult gold dragon that I wouldn't even have to splash for in that case. I think I'll take the Hobgoblin Captain no matter what. It will be good in the red-white or in the green-red if that still is going to happen. And well, here we go. A couple of green cards that I want to pick over the white cards. The Minimus Containment is just mediocre in my opinion. And the Knoll Hunter is very good, especially if you have, given what the cards I have here, I think Knoll Hunter is pretty good. And definitely better than the Spoils of the Hunt. So let's take this. And well, if I want to keep the red-white plan open, I could take the Priest of Ancient Lore, but I also do like the Earth Cult Elemental quite a bit. I mean, I could take either of them. I think I'll take the Earth Cult Elemental, but I saw some green being passed to me, so I kind of wish that green is open. I like the idea of red-green splashing for the adult gold dragon, but this pack, it's not really that great. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of the rally maneuver, although it can really sometimes cause some nice blowout. But yeah, I don't really like the Sylvan Shepherd in the red green deck. It is good in the red-white deck, but I'll take the rally maneuver for now. Oh, there's a Trelasarra. But it's a green-white. No, it's not a red-white. Yeah, green hasn't been open. even though white maybe has been a bit open. Okay, I'll take another evolving bulge. This, if nothing else, kind of cements my ability to splash for the gold dragon here. I think I'll take the... I don't take another cult elemental here. Earth cult elemental. I'll take the Pegasus now. Let's see if that's gonna be... I mean, I can ignore the green. Well, I got also very playable late white card here. Oh, there's a playable green card, but there's a +2 mace. I could easily... I mean, I have only 2 green cards, although I like these cards a lot. Why not just take the mace here and go red-white in the end? Yeah. I'm not like sure about the golem here. I will put it to the sideboard for now. So this would be a red. Okay, there's a plate armor. Yeah, definitely. Okay, there. Let's forget the green now. That's over now. Yeah, plate armor is very good. So let's take this thing and well, I don't even have to worry about any other cards in the pack. They really aren't as good. All right. Wow, a choice between two. Wow, there's a white dragon and there's a dragon's fire. Oh man. This is tough. This is tough. Man. There's a 6 mana card I could play. I don't have a lot of removal. 6 creatures only though. But Dragon's Fire is just so efficient and I have no removal here. I think I'll take it because I don't have a removal. This is just a very good card, but whatever. I mean, it's a good pick anyway. I got an excellent card from that pack and I should be happy, and I am. Okay, well, I do like the Goblin Morningstar quite a bit. It is a reasonable turn 2 play, and then the trample equipment definitely can make a difference. So let's take it. Okay, I'm not gonna pass a white dragon anymore, even though there is a decent 2-drop for me, but I have actually a bunch of 2-drops here. But yeah, white dragon easily picked here. Okay, Hobgoblin Captain, I get an excellent 2-drop. This is really good stuff that is happening now in this draft. So, a couple of lands making my mana better, and then a pretty good assortment of good cards. Now, there's a purple worm here too, so if I somehow went the green route, I would be rewarded for that as well. It's an amazing card. But this is a best of 1 event, so no sideboard considerations of any kind. I'm not sure if I want to play the rapier. I'm not gonna play 2 elementals because I have the dragon as a 6-drop too. I might even end up cutting the other 6-drop. A javeliner, dueling rapier. I guess I can take the javeliner because I have some equipment there already. How about Ranger's Hawk? This is not really an adventure deck, so maybe I don't care about the 1/1. I think a more playable card might be something like You're Ambushed on the Road, although I need creatures. Price of Loyalty doesn't work when you don't have the sacrifice card. It's too situational of a card. Okay, I'll take the Ranger's Hawk if I somehow run out of... I mean, if I need more creatures. I have a couple of life linkers, but I don't think the Celestial Unicorn is that great. Although I have no 3-drops. I didn't pick the 2-1 that draws a card. I had the option to do that in pack 1, I think. But I think I'll still take the Dwarf World Champion. I have a bunch of equipment. Critical hit is just not great. Celestial Unicorn, 20 gems. I have a lot of cards here though. I really want to have something else than the Celestial Unicorn. This thing has lifelink too though. Rally Maneuver gives lifelink. I have the 2-drop lifelinkers. Okay, fine. Let's take the Unicorn. It might actually gain some I mean, counters at some point. Gnoll Hunter this late. Wow. I'll take all the cards here. I will of course have to cut a bunch of them. Well, I'm not gonna put the Potion of Healing in my main deck. One more pack. Okay, there's a mythic rare. I'm gonna take it. I have only one of them. I do want to complete the set, and picking mythic rares is the way to go when you want to complete all the mythics as well. Goblin Morningstar would be the pick here, but it's not really that amazing, given that I have one already, and I have a bunch of 2-drops here, a lot of them actually. So I'm not losing a lot when I pick the mythic rare here now for my collection. So if you are new to my channel, whenever a set releases, I will draft so that I will pick mythic rares to complete the set. Because, well, that's kind of the one of the another theme of these draft videos is to show how to collect the set. And by doing drafts only, which I do. I don't buy any packs from the store. I will just draft until I have completed the set. So I draft that for as long as it's necessary to gain enough packs and mythic rares to actually make sure that when I open the packs, I have all the cards in the set. Okay, I'll take my last Tiamat now. This is my fourth one. I could take the Abura Pegasus, but I'm not that big fan of the card, so I will take the final Tiamat now. I have passed one Tiamat in the past because I know I'm gonna get these things easily in drafts. People don't usually pick these, and you can pick them late. But I don't think the Pegasus in there was, kind of. It didn't make me. I didn't need it that badly, so that was the mythic rare pick after another mythic rare pick, in fact. Alright, fighter class. I get to search for an equipment card. Equip abilities are cheap, and then yeah, this is actually pretty good in this deck. Also, there's nothing I want to play anyway in this pack, but I will, pick this for my deck, surely. I don't think I have a lot of goblins. Well, I have 3, but given these 2 cards, the Battlecry Goblin, it's just a better one. It really is. Now, if this would come back to me like at pick number 12, yeah, I would pick it and play it, but this is the better card out of these 2, so I'll take it. And here, I think Wellersinger works. I have one 3-drop, one 4-drop, one 5-drop, couple of 6-drops. The rest of them, I mean, talking about creatures here, rest are just 2-drops, so it's a pretty weird curve, but it will be fine. And the Wellersinger is actually a good one, boosting my 2-drops. Right, here I think I'll take the Fireball. My only other removal spell, I think, is the Dragon's Fire. This is expensive, but it does its job. And Celestial Unicorn, yeah, actually I have not a lot of creatures, but it's not the kind of 3-drop I want to have. I have some life gain, but it's just a 3-mana 3/2 so often. I think I'll take the Fireball. And, well, now I take the Pegasus over yet again a Earth-colored Elemental I won't be putting to my deck. And this is a decision between... I think I'll still take the Valorsinger. I quite like it in this deck. I don't need a 2-drop. I have a bunch of them. Yeah, let's do this. And I think this could be playable, but actually I need to cut some cards, but let's see what they will be. Pegasus now. I have 2 of them. I don't think I'm gonna play a 3rd one, but I won't be having room for another Javeliner or this thing either. So it doesn't really matter what I take here. I don't think I'm gonna play any of them. And again, this is a best of 1 event, so I won't be able to sideboard into anything different. So picks don't matter for sideboard. Yeah, whatever. Won't be playing any of these. And yep. I got a decent amount of playables here, so let's quickly check out the sideboard. Iron Golem, I don't think I want to play that, no. It is not so bad, but it's only 3 toughness is kind of hurting, so yeah, I'm not playing it. And none of the others. I have 1 Earth Cult Elemental, which I might cut. I have 2 of these Pegasus, so I'm not gonna put the 3rd one in. So it's pretty easily just cutting to 17 cards. This I think is sorry, not 17, but 23 cards, and this I think is a 17 land deck. especially if I play both of the 6 drops, which still might not be the case. But let's see the cuts now. I think the Goblin Javeliner is the easiest cut, but I don't want to cut too many creatures here. I have 15 and I would like to keep it at that. So I think the Dueling Rapier, how many equipment? It is in fact 5, so I can cut. Well, I'm gonna definitely play the Morning Star, the +2 mace and the plate armor. So the other ones are Dueling Rapier and the Paladin's Shield. Do I want to? I think one of them has to go. And do I care about the power more than the defense? I think the cards I have here might benefit a bit more from the increased power, not from the increased toughness. So yeah, Paladin's Shield goes away. And then, no, what did I say? Yeah, that was exactly, yeah, Paladin Shield. That goes away. And one more cut. I will play fighter class. This is actually quite good here. I can get plate armor or whatever I want to get. And the equip abilities costing 2 less is pretty cool. And the level 3, it is an expensive cost to go to level 3 here, but it is a really strong ability. It is a really strong ability, so it's worth it. And this gets always an equipment. So when you play this for 2 mana, you get a tutor for an equipment. So you get the card back, and whatever else you do with this card, it's just kind of a, bonus, I think. So the UC a pair of goblins is actually a creature, because I can play it as 2 creatures. So it's maybe like 16 creatures currently. I might have just about enough ways to gain life. Couple of steadfast paladins. Well, I suppose if this is connecting, I'm in a good shape anyway, so maybe the celestial unicorn isn't that important there. But I still have the rally maneuver, which I think I'm gonna play, even though it could be cuttable, but maybe I will still play it. So I have enough ways to maybe give this the unicorn an occasional +1/+1 counter. But am I gonna cut like the 6 drop here? I don't think I can make any treasure tokens. So my 6 drops do require... Yeah, they do require me hitting the 6th land. But I like the Earth Cult Elemental quite a bit still. 2 4 drops, 2 5 drops, 2 6 drops. So if I go to 4, I can do most of the stuff. And I will play 17 lands. I'm not sure if I want to play the veteran here. So how many 2 drops? 1, 2. I can count the Goblin Morning Star as a 2 drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the Dragon's Fire can be played on turn 2. That means that I could cut the Armory Veteran here. I do like the Valor Singers here. I do like the Pegasus. They are my only 4 drops, so I should keep them for curve reasons. I think the cut is between the Earth Cult Elemental and the Armory Veteran, but I like to have a few of these harder hitters, so let's cut the Armory Veteran, and that is the deck. A couple of Evolving Wilds, and then 8-7 basics. Preferring, do I have double casters? Well, I have 5 mana and 6 mana red double casters. I have, yeah, I guess very slightly I will want to have more mountains in the deck, so that means I'm gonna have 8 mountains. That's like 10 ways to get red and 9 ways to get white. Let's choose this one with 7 planes. Okay, I like the mana curve. There is only a couple of removal, but I have some tricks and definitely some ways to quickly try to win the game. Some nice high cost cards. Yeah, I do like the deck. Okay, that's not a bad curve I can get for turn 2. Hopefully a 2-1, but we'll see. And then I can play this on turn 3. if nothing else surfaces. And it's the low roll. Let's see if it matters. Do they have a 1-3, something with 2 toughness, something with 1 toughness? Okay, they have their own Morning Star. Do they get a... Well, that's fair, both got a low roll. And given that I'm an aggressive deck, I will actually attack here. Don't mind the trade here, fight the class. Gets me the best equipment, which is going to be the plate armor. It also has a lower equip cost right now. Now I could have left a token to block, because I can jump it on the next turn, but I don't think it's that necessary. So because I already have an equipment on the battlefield, this equip cost will be 2. Okay, so they have the... Wow, is this... Yeah, all my lands, all my draws have been lands. I'm pretty sure I had all this stuff on in my starting hand, did I? I mean, not the plate armor, but I had the Goblin Morningstar, the fighter class, and the Pegasus. And then this was fetched with the fighter class, so I drew 3 cards so far. All of them were 3 because one of the, which is 29 here, because I, fetched the the plate armor. But anyway, three draws out of all of them being land, and my creatures being killed here is obviously awkward, but at least that happened. Now I can of course make the equip ability of the plate armor very cheap, but of course now I will be playing the Valor Singer, and this costs 3, so I will do this. So next turn what I can do is I can play the plate armor, activate this, and this will actually be a free equip then. It will be 0 mana to equip. So unless they have another removal, they're gonna face a 6/6, which also will be pumping themselves to a 7/6, and it will have trample. So this will be interesting. So this says when they roll dice, things happen. Okay, that is actually... And I still drew a land here. I mean, this is 5 draws, and one of them was a non-land. Wow. Okay, so I kind of wanted them to have pretty much anything else, because this is gonna be awkward with this thing. They're gonna get a bunch of treasures. They have more than 1 roll, and they will get +2/+0 for the thing. So racing here isn't even that easy. But I mean, this is the only thing I can do here, so it's not like I have any options. But now the opponent only needs one way to... They only need one way to get rid of the Singer here, and then I can't win the race, because they are gonna deal 5 damage to me, maybe even 6 if they equip the Morningstar. So if they have a way to deal with the Valor Singer, it's bad. Oh, it's bad. But if it's a blocker, it doesn't matter, because I can activate the level 3 here. But yeah, drawing that many lands isn't ideal. But I can still draw, my 6 drops or stuff like that. I'm not dead. I'm just saying that it's not ideal to have 2 lands in my hand. I have used mana on each of my turns, so that's not like a... Okay, they get to roll twice, they get 2 treasures, and a +2/+0. But yeah, I'm just saying that I have used all the mana on my turns, so it's not like I have passed with all the mana up, but I'm very close to the situation where I have to... If I draw any more lands, I will have to pass with all the mana up, and that's problematic. At least I have very cheap equip costs, so I can move the plate armor for free, and this will cost 1 red mana to equip, so all my creatures will have easily +3/+3 or +4/+3. Okay, now they have hasty creatures. That's also not so great, but they didn't do it pre-combat, so they don't have a creature, and I drew another land. So this is literally... This got me the plate armor, and I'm pretty sure the Valor Singer was drawn in this game, but yeah, I have drawn 6 cards, and one of them was... One of them was a... sorry, one of them was a non-land, and five of them were lands. So this is actually even bad now, because this would have been great otherwise, but their creatures will have haste. so they are not gonna have any blockers. So whenever a creature you control attacks, up to one target creature blocks it. If in this blocks it, this combat disabled, so it doesn't actually do anything. I guess I can still activate it because why not? I'm gonna do it anyway. But their creatures will be attacking hasty guys, and I guess they're gonna have some kind of bounce. Maybe I shouldn't have actually. Oh yeah, I forgot. I should not have. I mean, they have a bounce spell, and I can't even recast this thing. That was my bad. This has WAD 1, but it's no problem. They have treasures. They can do it. Yeah, this was actually... that was a huge mistake. I definitely had no reason to do this. I just didn't... I knew they're not gonna burn it. Okay, well... yeah, there. That's it. Doesn't even matter that I didn't have this. I guess it did matter a lot, because imagine if I did the correctly. This don't activate this thing. I can cast this post combat and equip all this. They can't attack actually. So yeah, that was my mistake. Yeah, I flooded out, but I also played very badly and I lost to these hasty guys. And I don't know why I did activate the thing pre-combat. There was literally no reason. Well, I have these 2 drops. I'm gonna keep it, but of course I need one of my 9 ways to get white mana, because I have 7 planes and 2 evolving wilds. Or is it Terramorphic Expanse? Well, one of the other. But yeah, in the previous game I've had completely... I could have won still if I just didn't put a level 3 on my class there. Okay, so now I really do need the... I do need the white mana at some point. Or this could be a quick O2. At least that is fine. I can still play spells. And I have here a pretty decent start with this stuff, but... well, let's see what happens. Of course, if I do draw the planes, it's gonna be a great start. I can play the Pegasus, jump some of these guys, and Blade Armor will come. Battlecry Goblin will be strong. Even the Mountain will allow me to... oh, they're just doing that. Well, that's insane. I mean, that's not dying. That's... wow, why would the opponent do that? That's literally them dealing only 3 damage to me, using their turn 3 for that. Okay. I think... yeah, okay. I didn't need my white mana for that. That's fine. Okay, so I suppose that kind of offsets my mistake on match 1. That was pretty easy win there. Okay, now we're talking. We are really talking about it. I have all I need. I can play... this is the perfect starting hand, because I can play all the cards here. No matter what I draw, I can play all this stuff. This is what I love to see. And this will be a 5-5 with the mace, but I'm just thinking if I'm gonna offer the trade anyway. But I suppose they have a removal spell there. So he's gonna die now. And then I get the unicorn. Burning Hands. I could have punished them with some kind of a pump spell, maybe. Okay, they have 3 colors there. Well, I guess I'll... am I gonna Dragon's Fire that? It's pretty annoying it has the first strike. They could have something worse, but I suppose I'm gonna do it. I can just continue to attacks here, and next turn I can equip it. Have a 5/4, but they can have a 4 mana. Can they have something with 4 power? Well, yes, they can. That doesn't cut it. But wait a second. I mean, I hate to give them free treasures, but I also don't want to. They're gonna get the treasure anyway, so I guess I'm just gonna continue the race here and hope they don't get too much benefit from the treasures there. Because I do have here, of course, 5+2 power. I have a basically, well, 7 power of creature when I have equipped, and but maybe now they can easily have something they can trade with the unicorn. Maybe I'll just use the. Well, let's see what happens. I mean, first of all, they get one treasure, or at least it was only one. And then I won't be blocking these. Okay, they are posing for priority, so they have something for sure there. Okay, well, that is interesting. Fighter class is gonna get me plate armor for sure. So that's what I'm gonna do, because I will equip this thing, and I will most likely get, removed the creature I'm gonna have equipped. But the point here is that yeah, plate armor is the way to go. I can activate this this level 2 here and play the mountain, and I can still equip it. So basically I get to, I mean, I should do this if I want to equip the mace, and I would want to, of course, do it. And then next turn I can equip the plate armor for free. I need to just play it. Now they're gonna kill the one I don't equip here. So I guess I'm gonna keep it to the flyer. This deals 1 more damage. I'm assuming the Pegasus is gonna die now. Okay. That was 16. I'll take 2 here. They use the treasure for that. And I'm gonna do this because this is the only creature I have. Now again, I have kind of the same problem. If they have another removal and I don't draw creatures, my equipment don't do anything. I guess I could have just attacked first for 5 and then post-combat equip, but I don't think that's too wise. Still get 1 treasure only. They did miss their 5th land drop previous turn, so these treasures is gonna do a lot of work for them. They have 5 spells, unless they play a land now. But they could have just 5 spells, and if they have a removal spell in there, oh boy, I'm gonna lose this game. Unless I draw a creature. I can always draw a creature. Let's draw the Earth Cult Elemental. How about that? I would like that. Because I will of course win with any creature that gets to stick. It will have +5/+5. And I will have this crazy nice level 3 ability. Okay, another Hoarding Ogre. Now I can do good stuff here. Because I can force them to... Okay, they have a Force 1 Paladin too. Okay, well, this is good. Now, this has an equip cost of 1. Wow. I can do a couple of things here. But I think the White Dragon is just going to be the best thing to do here, I'm pretty sure. Although that means if they block with the Unicorn, I mean they can block. No, I tap down the Hoarding Ogre, and then this can only... Yeah, I don't have to care about this thing. They don't have mana to use it too much. So I will tap down this, attack for 3, and next turn I can do the equipping stuff and all that. I could also equip this, force them to block, do this, but they can double block and all that. Yeah, no, not making any sense. So this is the thing I'm gonna do. And I know I could leave the Unicorn to block, but I have a White Dragon kill on the next turn. I don't have to even equip anything else than the plate armor. So if they tap out on something without killing the dragon, it's game over. If they attack with both, or I mean this has menace, they can attack with this. But if they attack with the ogre, that kinda... I do want to force them to have an actual removal on the dragon. So I will let this through and then threaten to win with the plate armor. Okay, they get 3 treasure tokens. Well, okay, well, I'm not gonna block it, but I'll take the 3 here. But hopefully, whatever they can do with that 7 mana is not gonna answer the dragon. That doesn't, but they still have 5 mana. Okay, I'm going to play this. I don't think the fighter class level 3 matters now. I'm gonna do this and see if they have the kill spell. They could have the spoils of whatever. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to, you know, to the other creature, but when they use treasures to cast it, they get increased power. So, well, this will be free to equip, so I can just do it. Doesn't cost me any mana, so let's see what they do. They must have the removal right now. Well, they are thinking, so there's nothing obvious happening now. Well, they're really using this much time to use the green spell that they can easily... Okay, they draw a card. Alright, well that's better. They sacrifice one of the 3/3s even. Okay, so they need to find the one thing they could have in their deck that will use all of the treasures. Okay, they draw another card. There's nothing that they can do, and that's... Yep. Alright. It's again a bit creature light, and I don't have that low creature count in the deck. I made sure to have like what, 15 or at least 14 plus the thing that can make a couple of 1/1 tokens. But the curve is good. I can have a 2-drop and then I can play the plate armor and so on. Oh, that is just rude. UNT is so good. When you play this on turn 2, it's gonna... I mean, if you don't have removal and I have a 5 mana removal here. It's just so backbreaking here. I mean, they get the free dungeons, and this is gonna add up easily. I mean, they get the free 1/1 token, they get the free +1/+1 counter, and then they get the free card. All for basically no extra cost, because they have here a 2 mana 2/1 that is unblockable. So that's already a limited amazing card. Of course, it's only unblockable if it attacks alone, but it's not really a big ask to attack alone. So that is just going to be very, very tough here to try to beat them. Now, do they have a spell or not? If they don't, I think I can try to out-tempo them, but it seems like they might have something. I will just play the unicorn, of course, post-combat. They might have only the evolving wilds activation here, we will see. Being able to curve out with the 2-drop and 3-drop creature is a lot better than just with the plate armor here. So I do like my chances now a bit more. This opponent also has 3 colors. Okay, well, they get to have a 1-1 token or a treasure token. Hobgoblin Captain will have first strike if I'm allowed to attack with both of these. So they take a treasure token, so they can have something like that can block my attacks, like an old bear. Yeah, this is exactly the kind of stuff that allows them to continue attacks with this thing without them being any pressure here. Now I can play on the next turn the fireball to kill the old bear, but that's just one more turn that's gonna... Well, at least they don't get the free counter when they went to the mine tunnels, but... Yeah, the turn 4/4/4 is really... Oh, come on. That is... This is gonna be tough, but I'm still not lost. They attack with only the Malison thing. Let's see what is the 3-mana play here. The Dark Pool of Fungi Cavern isn't really that... I mean, I don't care about that too much. I can kill the old bear. I would like to kill this, but I have to kill the old bear. Then I have the White Dragon coming up on the next turn, so all is not lost. But that was really good for them to get rid of my plate armor, the kind of card that can here make a difference and make me win. Let's see if they go for the Dark Pool. Or if they play it safely and make one of these guys have minus power. We will see very soon. Next turn they will get the free card. Yuan Ti on turn 2. Okay, they played safe. That is smart. That is definitely smart. Alright, Battlecry Goblin, no. I will just kill this thing right now. Or I try. If they have a pump spell... Oh, that's gonna be harsh. Then it's gonna be very tough for me to win here. Battlecry Goblin will be pretty good though. Okay, they didn't have a pump spell, but they had a removal spell. Only 2 to them though. And no attack with this thing. And now they get the free card. This is insane card. Insane card. They even needed the treasure token, so the mine tunnels was very useful for them. Okay. Well, I hope they have like 3 lands in their hand, and I can still do good stuff. Alright, Battlecry Goblin or Velarsinger. I think the dragon is good, but they have all the... I mean, what the heck does this mean? They didn't play anything and they have 4 cards in their hand. The thing is, if they have something like a counter spell, the dragon is horrible. Oh, now they're gonna go to some dungeon level 1. It's actually not such a big deal. I feel like I wanna play this thing. Because I can make it these things hasty and well, what? Let's see. I mean, I smell a counter spell here. Why would they not play anything out of their 4 cards with 6 mana, 2 of each color? I'm gonna try it if this works. This will get haste. If they have another removal, well, bad luck for me then. They have another instant speed interaction. Well, not great. Sign of Stygia though. Okay, well, it's not the worst. They will tap, of course, the... Well, it doesn't matter which they tap. I'm not gonna attack. Yeah, now, I guess, given that they had that particular card, it would be better to play the dragon. At least this gets to untap. But problem is, I can pump it once, but it still is not gonna be first strike, so... yeah. Not great. Not great at all. Yeah, if I knew it was this thing, of course I would have played the dragon here. That would have been so amazing. Especially when they got the low roll. But such is life. Okay, row class, sure. Yeah, Yuan Ti does the work. that thing. You get the venture, you can give minis if you want to, but they still have 2 cards. How many instant speed interactions they have? It really makes decisions way much harder for my turn. They kept this thing on top. Do they play a spell now, activate the rogue class, or pass with 5 mana up? They do something at least. Okay, they play main phase. Okay, scry 2, draw 2. Well, the first card is something they scried already on top. They kept both on top. Sampling gas. Well, oh man, that's not really great. They still had mana for a relevant play there. Man, very tough now. Very tough. I mean, if I attack with these things, the Stygia thing is gonna trade with the Goblin, and this is gonna trade with this because of the -1/-1 ability. The first strike doesn't matter here at all. It's clean trades, and they still have the Yuan Ti here. Oh my, this is just I mean, if they didn't have the Yuan Ti on turn 2, if this was any 2-drop other than that, I would be like, I mean, I would be in a good shape with the dragon. But this just keeps on generating the value to them. So what I'm doing here, I just play the dragon, tap the Yuan Ti, and I have no reason to attack with anyone. That's just makes no sense. Old no bone. Whatever. I don't beat it even with the rally maneuver. Okay, let's see. I have 2 losses now, so I haven't really seen my first pick in the draft, the Lifelink Hasty Dragon. I wish I can go there at some point. This hand is really not great, but I guess if I draw 1 land, it's okay, but it's really bad otherwise. So maybe it was a mulligan, but if I draw 1 land, it's good. Okay, good. I did draw the 1 land. So I can play a 3-drop, and I play this thing, and yeah, things are okay now. I can push through the secret door with the Dueling Rapier, unless the opponent has, of course, some kind of a response to that. We will see about it. Okay, that's a good one. So when this thing... Okay, yeah, they get... Okay, they may pay 2 to make a creature unblockable. Okay, I did draw the Pegasus here, though. That's pretty good. So, I feel like I'm gonna just Pegasus around here and just try to raise here. I mean, of course, raising will be easy. Yeah, if they pay 2 for this, whatever. 2 is a lot of mana on turn 4 to use on this kind of thing. Milk card they get, yeah, I don't worry about that. But if they attack with it and don't use the mana for the triggered ability, let's see if they're gonna do that. They did. Okay, that's fine. I mill 1, they gain 1 life, I lose 1 life. They get to scry 1. But still they can't play a 4 mana spell now. Well, they have a 2 mana spell. Well, I have let's see. It's interesting actually with another Pegasus. I maybe just should play the other Pegasus. I'm gonna deal 6 damage to them exactly. And then I can actually use this for a winning strike easily with the rapier. Yeah, absolutely. Their ball hasn't done anything so far. Yeah, next turn I have the win here, don't I? Because I have 8 plus... Yeah, I think it's exactly... Oh, they can bounce. Come on. That's rude. Oh man, that's actually... Well, I'm not losing, but they do get value out of these cards now. But I was very close to winning with the stuff I had, but I suppose I still... Well, let's see what happens. They don't have that much power, but I don't have that much. Okay, they go to 9. I have to assume that they will always gain 1 life each turn. So I make them go to 9. Next turn I can have... Well, with the rapier and this thing with 2 flyers, I have basically +6 always. So I think it's gonna be a win on the next turn, yeah, if they don't have interaction. If they do have more interaction, oh, that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck then. Third color. Well, you have a third color there. Let's just tap out on some ground guy or use 2 mana for this thing and... Okay, they do that. So, okay. They have 4 mana left. That's good news for me. Just don't have anything that deals with these guys. That's gonna make them venture. They have 1 mana here left. It's gonna be a win for me right now, isn't it? They can't do anything with 1 mana. This won't be flying. No, it's the first venture. If they gain 1 life, even that's not gonna help. Okay, I think this is game over because this is 4, this is 6, this is +2, this is +2, this is +4. Okay, good. And I have 2 red that I need for that. Blockers, dueling rapier. This is exactly what I need. Okay. The bounce here was a bit awkward, but I wasn't in that bad shape in the end. But I still haven't had a win with the dragon. I mean, a win, I haven't even cast. I have cast the white dragon, but where's my hasty lifelink dragon? That, if something, is gonna make you win races. It's gonna make it very tough for the opponent to win a race. Even when you get to connect with it once, and then they have to remove it, and if they don't, that's very close to game over. But this hand is good, so I'm happy about this one. They actually mulligan to 5, don't they? Was that the second quick mulligan there? It felt like it was 2 mulligans, but let's see how many they keep. Okay, they kept 5. Alright, so here... Well, there's the dragon. Well, I think I'll take planes here. I think I have... Well, I have the double caster white card here. I do have a couple of double caster red cards. Okay, well, they have a good start, but... as long as I hit my land drops, I should be in with the dragons, not in a too bad shape. I will block this guy. Maybe they have a, pump spell, but so what? I'm just gonna buy some time here. No, they didn't want to attack, understandably. And then I'm going to... Now, next turn they can actually... I need to leave a blocker. Do I want to... What would I want to do here? I'm gonna play the 3-drop, but... Am I going to attack for 3 here? Because they are taking this. Then they're gonna do this. They get the 1/1 token. But then I can... This will be a 3/2 and they use 2 mana for it. They get the 1/1 token. This has a first strike. Don't think the token is that nasty. I'm willing to trade here. I'm gonna attack. Make the, swing of 3 life here. If they block, that's whatever. Yeah, sure. That is acceptable. I mean, more than acceptable. I'm very happy about that. that outcome. That's a good one. And we could just trade here. I have yet another creature here though, but I don't want to start them. Yeah, let's block here. Let's just trade resources. I really hope to draw my lands here, because the one way to lose here is that they have 5 mana here. Oh, well, they did mulligan to 5, but they had an amazing curve out. And if I don't draw here a land, wow. I kept 3 lands. One card I caught with the Evolving Wild, so I have drawn 5 cards. None of them was a land. I mean, I shouldn't bother. I mean, they did mulligan to 5, but it doesn't mean that I'm supposed to have this kind. I mean, they have the perfect stuff there. They had good cards. I traded with my cards because those were good trades. They had this thing. I couldn't trade with this thing anymore. Now I have a game plan of plate armoring and equipping it on the next turn, but it's really not so great. Well, I'm doing it anyway because that's like the only way. I'm taking 6 here, and then they go to a dungeon, and they have 2 cards because this drew them a card. And all I needed was to draw lands. I can still draw 2 lands back to back and be in a very good shape. But if I don't do that, and especially if they have a... Let's see how they scry. They're on top, okay, but they did play another land, which was, I guess, good for me, unless they have a 6-drop exactly. Okay, that's far from a 6-drop. Okay, then. That requires 2 creatures. +2, +1, 4 under first strike. They know what they kept this thing on top. I mean, if I play the rapier now, I can equip this for 2. That's what I'm considering here. But I think I just have to leave this as a blocker, as 5/5 is gonna be very good. And hopefully the card they left on top isn't going to allow them to break through here. Because if they did, oh my god. Oh my god. That's insane. That's insane. Wow. That is insane. I need 2 lands back to back now. That's the first one. So they will attack with all. And they will get a +1/+1 counter on something. I will keep this +2, +0 and first strike. I need the gold dragon on the next turn. That's the only... Oh man, they had the... Can you believe it? They had the removal on the plate armor here. I guess they could have had like a kill spell on the Battlecry Goblin, the 5-point burn, which would have kind of done the same, but... They also have a creature now out. I mean, I missed the 4th land and 5th land too many times here. And I even traded... I didn't let them take any free damage there. I traded all the stuff. I just waited to draw lands to get my good stuff. But... I mean, I'm gonna take almost lethal damage now. I can't use the problem is I can't use the lifelink part of this thing. It would be so amazing if I had 2 creatures. I don't. I can only use this because the other creature gets the lifelink. So I only get to make this a first striker. I can kill the owlbear for free. But they're gonna attack with 2 for 6 damage. They're gonna get the counter 2 though. So that's 7 damage they're gonna deal here. And then if I don't draw my lifelink here, it's gonna be game over. They don't attack with a Dryad for some reason. So that thing gets the counter, understandably. I kind of hope they keep it to the old bear because I have mana for dueling rapier and the rally maneuver. Well, I mean, this is the only thing I can do here. I go to 3 here. There's no point playing the rapier, I don't think. Oh, it is actually... Yeah, I need to play it because I will want to play it on the next... I mean, I need to block with it on the next turn. And now I need to draw an untapped land. And they must not have anything too crazy here. That's a very good one, but... Okay, I did draw the land, so... Let's focus now. If I can survive one other turn, I can make this into a 6 power lifelink. So if I attack, I'm going to 7. They can block with this, but it only has. They get 2 pack tactics triggers, so that's something. If I'm at 7, I block one of these guys. I take too much, so I can't attack. So this is very easy then. I do this, and all of these guys will block. And then I will hope they don't draw anything good. Wow. That was very good for the opponent. I mean, the set of draws they had after they mulliganed to 5, combined with me being stuck at the 3 lands, were a bit too long. That was just so perfect for them. Their deck was insanely good, of course. Look at the quality of cards. Double Interpret, Outlander, All Bear, Battlecry Captain, great 2-drop here. That was great cards in their deck. But they just drew this. I mean, they didn't get to scry or anything. This was just on the top of the deck as a random card. They happened to draw this removal on the Gold Dragon. Just like that. So that is pretty, I mean, great also. So if I let's say if they just drew a creature that doesn't have haste or anything, enters the battlefield ability of great significance. So what they can do here, if they attack with all, they can get the 2 ventures here, but I get to trade with one of the Outlanders and I get to eat with the other one. And I would be at 3 life at that point too. So I would go to 7 and take 5. So I would go to 2. But then I could attack with this thing. And I could even attack for 6 if I wanted to. Or maybe I'd draw land for the White Dragon. So I was in a... This was able to stabilize the game if they just drew something, maybe not exactly what they needed. An exact removal on this, on an empty hand. But yeah, losing the plates armor to this thing, that was like that was the turning point that was the absolute turning point in the game, because I used 2 turns. I used 1 turn to play this, another one to equip it, and then all that was lost because of this. And I had no other place because I was stuck at 3. I would have of course wanted to play, creatures and not use 2 turns to equip this thing, but that just wasn't an option. So that was, yeah, I mean, that was the final match of the event because that was the 3rd loss. But I needed to get lucky there, and I needed the opponent to not get that lucky. I needed them to have a mediocre draws there for a couple of turns, and then I would have of course won with my dragons. I had the other dragon in my hand too. I just easy win from there. I mean, with the equipped dragons and all that, but. Yeah, there was nothing wrong with the deck. It had potential to go beyond 3 wins. It definitely did. The deck actually was pretty good, I would say. Based on what I know about the format, the deck was pretty good with a bomb and a near bomb. Only 2 removal spells, but it's not really that important. I mean, if I had removal spell there, that wouldn't have been that amazing. I mean, I kill one of the 2-drops. Yeah, that's not really always necessary because you can have creatures that trade with the opponent's creatures. That's the same thing as removing them. So while this deck would have of course preferred to have some removal in place of like the rally maneuver and maybe the dueling rapier, I would have wanted to have another Dragon's Fire and something else maybe. It's not that necessary. The overall potential to kind of curve out and have a after curving out, having still ways to push through with the these expensive cards and the equipment, that the deck had great potential. It's a bit disappointing that I only got 3 wins here. But at least I got 2 mythic rares there, so that does help my collection. And the next part of the video will be my next status update for my AFR collection, so don't go anywhere if you are caring about that. Alright, so here are the event results, and I have posted all my drafts in my YouTube channel, and as you can, if you have seen them in any regularity, you have seen that I haven't been any particularly successful in them. My overall win rate in the traditional drafts, the best of 3 drafts, is at under 60%, and premier draft win rate is even a bit lower than that. But usually the traditional drafts are a bit easier because it's unranked. All these have been played in platinum rank, the premier drafts here now. So there are only platinum ranked people mostly against you. So it's tougher opposition than in general in the unranked drafts. But yeah, if you have this kind of low win rate in traditional draft and you don't get a lot of these 3-win results, this is what happens. You lose a lot of gems. Now, considering the price packs, I'm still kind of break even, but of course this doesn't count the amount of rares and mythic rares I've been able to pick in the draft. So if I take those into account, of course, this is still better than buying packs from the store. But yeah, compared to my usual kind of success, this is really low. I mean, a lot of lost gems compared to usual. But what can I do? Something weird has happened in the Forgotten Realms set. I haven't really been able to get good results consistently at all. I don't know what's up with that. And win rate has been the 57% for the premier drafts, and with these kind of win rates, it is more beneficial to play the premier drafts. As you can see, almost the exact same number of packs has been won from the events, but I have only lost 5,500 gems compared to 9,000, which is a big difference, of course. Usually when you go to like 70% win rate in traditional drafts, you start actually netting gems, and in premier drafts you will still lose a bit of gems, especially because you will always have a bit lower win rate in the premier drafts because it is tougher opposition, so it's not so easy to win. At least the sealed deck events have gone pretty well with 3 sealed deck events, even though the event structure isn't really good for actually netting gems. I have been able to net gems because 2 of the events have been max win results, and the third one was 3 wins out of 4. I have only played traditional sealed, which caps out at 4 wins. So pretty wild win rate there, and I've netted gems and got basically 9 packs for completely free, and all the rares and mythic rares, of course, that I opened in the sealed pools. So with all this said, my current, so let's see, so I have paid actually currently for the progress that you will see next. I have paid more than 14,000 gems, which is still okay given that I'm aiming for set completion and I'm basically halfway there, but it's still pretty not ideal when you try to kind of draft and go infinite. So unopened packs is 117. This is more than what you saw in the previous. I mean, if we total all these, that's 99. It's 108. But the rest of them, was that correct? No, this is actually this. Yeah, this is 89. So 90 is 98. So yeah, it's actually I've gotten 19 packs from other sources, which means the mastery track and the play Forgotten Realms code, I think. But anyway, they're all the packs I have here. Most of these are from the event results, of course, but event prices, I mean. But yeah, these are not opened yet. And this is the current amount of mythic rares I have. This is the amount of rares I have. And these have been all coming from the drafts and sealed deck events, and I guess the mythic rares, a couple of these came from the mastery pass track too. Anyway, currently if I would open these, it would be 40 out of 80 progress, so I'm estimated at 50% set completion in terms of mythics. Of course, for rares it's almost 70% already. This will always feel before the mythics, and this is the reason you see me picking those mythic rares in drafts, so that I get this percentage closer to 100% ASAP. So this is now event number. This was supposed to be done, this status update, after event 30, but I actually forgot it. And this is event 31. So this is after 31 events. It's 28 drafts, 14 each of Premier and Traditional, and 3 Sealed Deck events. And I'm halfway there. And my initial estimate was in the beginning, and it has been already, or it has all the time being that after 60 events I should be close to 100%, and it seems I'm still on that track. So let's see how it goes. Next one of these kind of status update reports will happen after my event number 40. Maybe this time I actually remember it to make it 40 and not 41. But so there's gonna be 9 events in between, and I think the next event might be sealed. I want to have one more sealed event. Maybe it's gonna be sealed. Maybe it's going to be a traditional draft. But we will see then. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.